Hi, friends. Welcome to Shine with Marilena Cortez and Mark Sedgwick. We are so excited to be with you this day. It's another day to learn and get inspired and grow. And I am really honored to have a very special guest with us. But before we get started, and I introduce you to this amazing leader who's shining bright and glowing in in his community and in our nation, let's get with Mark Sedgwick for the quote of the day.
Yes, hello everybody, Mark back here again. So I'm excited to share this quote with you guys. It goes a little like this: a winner is a dreamer that refused to give up. So what that means to me, for example, today I was running. I haven't gone on a run in a long time, which is good because it was a good break, but I'm going to start getting back into running again so that I can get in a better shape in my heart and, in my whole body, right? Because I've been lifting weights, but I feel like I've been neglecting the cardio because I did track for 4 years in high school and cross country. So I had like really good cardio, but I didn't do any weight training. So now I'm doing a lot of weight training and I've neglected the cardio. So I want to be, well-rounded, well-balanced. So I went on a run today, which I encourage you guys to do. But anyways, back to the quote. So a winner is a dreamer that refused to give up. So think about a dreamer. So first, to be a dreamer, you have to be sort of, not put down, because I feel like a lot of us are put down a lot in life, which stops us from being dreamers. Like a lot of people become shy. They become very hesitant. So they don't even become dreamers, so they can't even become a winner at all.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. That's why we must always dream big and dream bigger than what you are capable of, because guess what? At the end of the day, people say that only half of your dreams and goals really come true and you accomplish them. So I always tell my students and everybody that crosses my path is dream big and never give up. And today we have a guest who never gave up. He's been dreaming big. We've actually had the honor to know him, and he's a friend of the family. And I'm so honored to know him over the years, and I've watched him grow. I watch him actually fulfill a lot of his dreams and goals. With me, we're going to have at the Shine Show today a leader who's making a difference in the IT world, in the Internet of Things. Please welcome Volteo Senior Director of North America, Andres Cook. Hi, Andrew. Can you hear us? He's joining us via Skype.
Can you hear me okay?
Oh, headphones. Okay, we need the headphones. Pop
Hola.
on. Okay, hello.
Hey, how are we doing? Can you guys
Howdy.
hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear you. Guess what? We were so excited that you were joining us that we forgot to put our headsets. So thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
It's an honor. And, a lot of people get really confused when it comes to technology when you say the Internet of Things. So can you explain a little bit about what does that entail? Because actually I got a few questions that people were sending me via email about that.
Sure. Internet of Things is a catch-all phrase that it's been around a few years now within the IT community, which is really talking about things that are not traditionally looked at from an IT department, right? What do I mean by that? So a lot of folks have things that are connected one way or another within an organization, but they don't necessarily have the right IT support, or they haven't really thought about how I can automate things that don't at first glance seem like it would be an IT problem to solve. Let me give you an example. I've worked with a customer in the past, a very large, and I'm not allowed to say some of these names, so I'll be as descriptive as I can. But a very large entertainment industry company that's in both coasts and worldwide. And they'll have in their parks popcorn machines, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times what will happen is, hey, there's somebody there working on the popcorn machine. People are coming by picking up popcorn. And they're so busy that they don't realize that they're running out of popcorn. All of a sudden, they realize they're out of popcorn. They have to shut the stand down, or they have to make a call and have people waiting, etc. Well, Internet of Things will do things like, hey, let me put a sensor, let me understand where you're at in your inventory, right, from your popcorn. And then as soon as I see you get to a certain level, let's automatically create a request to have somebody come and supply you with some more popcorn. So you don't have to do anything. You can focus on what really matters to you, which is selling more popcorn. Same thing for like trash bins. People are walking around and throwing things in a trash bin, and those trash bins get filled up. Well, traditionally, they have large teams of people who are running around the park ensuring that the trash is being cleaned up, picked up, that no trash bin gets to a certain level. Well, instead of having and wasting time looking at what trash bins are full or not, again, you can put a sensor there, understand the levels of trash within a trash bin. Alert goes out once the trash gets to a certain level, and then they're able to come and clean it up. And so it's more of a helping automate those things that traditionally IT departments within organizations are not truly focused on.
That's awesome. And you know, a lot of young kids think that internet is magic. It's like, how does that work? You know, and you guys are making it more easier for people to continue to do the things, like you said, that really matter in their lives, and using technology to the best possible way. And you've been doing this for over 20 years. So it's kind of cool. You're an expert at this. That's why obviously you became the senior director for the area in North America. So congratulations for this position.
Thank you.
And tell us also a little bit about what got you started on this for those, especially those students or those folks who want to get involved in a company like Volteo.
Yeah, for me, and you know some of my story, Marilena, but for me, you know, when I started out in IT, it was really I was just passionate about technology, right? Yeah. And how these things can be put together to make the world better and to ultimately have better experiences. And you know, 20 years ago or more now, since I started, you know, things have changed dramatically in the IT world with technology. The advances that we've had and how we relate and interact with that technology has changed dramatically. So, you know, when I started, it was more about, it was all really focused, you know, IT was happening at the corporate level, right, more so than anywhere else. It wasn't yet as big, you know, within our homes, etc. So, you know, I started my career, as many IT folks do, as a developer. I started coding there. I was living in Houston at the time, working for a local mutual fund company there. At the time, it was called AIM Investments. Now they're part of the Invesco family and of companies. Yeah. And you know, I was supporting corporate systems, developing solutions, etc. Then, you know, as I went through my career, I started realizing that what really mattered, what I really wanted to focus on was, how do we manage our services better? How do we ensure that people are getting what they need when they need it, understanding how things are connected together? And so that brought me to the world of service management. And I started working and focusing a lot in that area and getting certifications and all that good kind of stuff, right? And then really started staying on top of what were the latest and greatest solutions out there that helped to automate and make, you know, servicing our customers, internal and external, as easy as possible. That led me to a company that I worked at for about 4 years called ServiceNow. They're a fantastic platform on the cloud. And what that means is basically that, hey, a company doesn't have to install the software in their, you know, in their infrastructure internally. It's housed on the web, and then people just buy a subscription, and then you get a ton of functionality, right? But through there, I started really getting engaged in leveraging that automation to helping people, you know, make requests, understand how things were interconnected within their organization, and you know, making their work life better, right? So I love ServiceNow, worked there for 4 years. Then I got the opportunity to come to Volteo to head up North America and focus on two areas. Focus on continuing the service management side, but we're also building this whole IoT side of the house, right? And what we're doing from a corporate level is pretty interesting. Some of the projects that we are working on, and I'll talk some more in a bit, are some pretty impressive stuff, right? And we're connecting the two. We're connecting the service management world to the IoT world. What do I mean by that? What I mean is we are taking things like, for example, we have a customer who based out of Arizona. They have, and some of your listeners won't like this, but they have a company that basically has the cameras that give you a ticket when you run a red light, right?
Yeah.
And so the problem that they had is that they have no way of knowing, or they had no way of knowing, I should say, when a camera, for example, went down. And so that's revenue generating for them, right? So because they get paid on how many tickets were assigned, and then how they pass that on to the authorities, etc. So this was a big impact. So we came in, we set them up with ServiceNow where they can maintain a database of all their inventory. We've connected them through sensors on the, and this is actually an ongoing project, so we're still working on this. But we're putting sensors on all the cameras so that we can connect them and create a relay, so we know real time what's up, what's down, what's working. And so no longer do they have to spend time and money on sending maintenance teams running around to ensure that cameras are functioning. They can do that automatically now and remotely. So we're saving them time, we're saving them money, and we're ensuring that their revenue is maximized, right? Now they can focus on continuing to look at innovation, continuing to look at other things versus spending their time on maintenance type efforts.
Yeah.
So that's how that's one example of how we're integrating all of these things together.
Yeah, and it seems like you guys are sort of leveraging technology in order to shorten the time that people have to work on, as you said, maintenance and all the other stuff that's kind of like, if you have these, I guess, technologies that you can use to do the job, it's almost like saving time and money for the company that's, using your thing.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
that's
so
exactly right.
I believe everything should have a purpose, and I asked my mom in the car, like, what's the purpose of this radio show? I asked her this last week. I was like, why are we doing this? I kind of had my own purpose for it, but I wanted to hear her perspective and hear, like, why she's doing this and why, like, as a whole, why we're doing this. So, our purpose was to, what did you say, Mom?
Well, we wanted to inspire and continue to learn, because in order for us to shine bright each and every day, we need to continue to learn, and continue to advance with the technology as well, as it's changing, constantly changing.
And use it as a tool, right?
And use it as a tool. And I think it's been a very also inspirational radio show for us as a family, and we're inspiring other families and other even businesses. It's kind of cool, and that's why I was so excited when Volteo came on board through Andrew. Andrew, because you guys are making a difference in a bigger dimension. So
yeah,
we're just making a small little difference, and they're making the difference in the world, not just in one spot.
I think we can make a difference in the world as well. I think everybody has the power to change the world. Even on a smaller scale to a bigger scale. I think as long as that positive wave is going, I think we can all grow as a collective. So my question,
I'll add something to that, because I agree 100%. And Mark, you just hit on something key, right? A lot of times people go into a workplace or any situation, and for whatever reason, they assume that, hey, if you're a leader, there's certain qualifications or certain things that you have to have in order to be a leader. And my take and my philosophy is that everybody's a leader, regardless of what level you're at. I don't care if you're a street sweeper, right? Which, hey, power to you, nothing wrong with that. But if you have ideas of how to make things better, speak up, talk about it, work together. Because at the end of the day, we all want to have a better life. We all want to focus on, those things that matter to us. Yeah. And so regardless of what your job is, regardless of what level you're at, right, you're a leader in your own right. You have ideas. You have things that you bring to the table. And it doesn't matter what level. This isn't a thing that, there's smarter people or more capable people. Everybody has strengths. And so focus on those strengths. Do some introspective. Understand what you're really good at. And then focus your work and your energy towards that. Because I will tell you, the more that you do what you're naturally good at, if you're focusing on your natural God-given talents and talents and strengths, you're going to be overall more satisfied. You're going to be overall more happy because you're going to be able to shine.
That's
pun
right.
intended.
Yeah, I love that. And we have to go to a short break. We'll be right back with this amazing conversation.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show, Shine, with Marilena Cortez and Mark Sedgwick. Let's continue this conversation with Andres Cook, the Senior Director of North America's Volteo. Hello, Andres. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
Just making sure. Very well. Okay, so as we were saying, talking about positivity and, people focusing on their strengths, me and my mom were talking over the break about how, I was thinking about how just because you can't do, you're not going to be a professional person at IT or, super good with technology as you are, doesn't mean you can't, focus on your strengths and really use that to your advantage and chase after that as your goal rather than, chasing after something.
And that's why you hire people like Volteo.
Yeah. But yeah, I was saying, it's just, I don't want people to have this idea that just because you can't do something that somebody else is good at doesn't mean you can't shine in your own avenue, your own way.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and that's what I was really talking about earlier, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and I also wanted to ask you, so like, why are you guys sponsoring our company? Just to
our radio show.
Our radio show, yeah.
We're not
I'm sorry. Yeah, why are you guys sponsoring our radio show? Why are we connected? In that way.
Yeah, so I'll tell you the story. How what moved me, right? So we were visiting over this past Thanksgiving break with my wife and family. My parents still live in Houston. We currently live in Southern California, and we hadn't seen Marilena in a long time, and so since you guys were last here visiting, so we were spending a day together and just talking, and Marie was sharing with us all of her the experience, the show, some of the outcomes, right? And in particular, she told a story. No names were mentioned, so hopefully this won't impact anybody. But story about a young man who was contemplating suicide, and that it just so happened that the mom was in the car with the young man and listening to the radio show, and there were some things, Mark, that you had shared and Marie had shared that impacted this young man, and he had even written a letter. He was ready to do it, right? And after listening to the radio show, he thought better of it, right? And he came back and told the mom, and they sought help, and he's doing well. And and Marie, and they reached out back to Marie and let her know the story, and that for me was wow. I mean, it really touched me, right? I mean, it's having this medium, this way of this ability to communicate with a large audience, and being able to share things of why it's important to keep trying, why it's important to keep fighting. It touched my heart, and so I talked to my leadership here at Volteo, and I said, hey, I think this is a worthy cause to sponsor. And so we wanted to sponsor you guys to make sure that you could continue doing what you do, hopefully inspire more folks. And, that was a drastic case, but, it's not always life and death, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just about things like we're talking about now. How do you get more fulfillment and enjoyment out of your personal life, your work situation, or what have you?
Yeah.
Yes, and we want to say thank you so much for your sponsorship. It has really started to already transform some of the things and the quality of our guests as well. There's more people that want to get involved, and just getting those phone calls of people saying, hey, we want to be part of it. Let us know how we can help. It's beautiful. And this morning when I went to teach my art class to the students, and I told the students, hey, make sure you guys connect. And one of the girls goes, oh, Miss Cortez, I already have you on Facebook, and my mom and I listen to it every Thursday. So I was like, yay. So it was really cool. Yes, awesome. It was awesome. And we thank you. Mark and I thank you so much. Over the years, we have watched each other grow and accomplish some of our dreams and our goals. And we know in our heart, nothing is impossible. If you really set your mind to it, really nothing is impossible. And a lot of people or a lot of families, sometimes they find it hard to believe. They're like, no, but look, I have this, I have that. And I'm like, I've been there. I know what it's like to be a single mom. I know what it's like to sometimes live paycheck by paycheck. Those little things. I'm a teacher. I don't make a lot of money. But when you have the passion and the love for what you're doing, it's going to filter through, and other things are going to happen, and then at the end it's like a snowball. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and as long as you don't give up, you're going to make a big difference in your own life and in the lives of all the people that are crossing your path. So now you're part of it, Andres, and Volteo is going to be part of it, and we hope that over the years, we can have this beautiful friendship and this I guess not just a friendship, but the inspiration and that we are dreaming of, that's going to not just happen here in the U.S., but hopefully around the world.
Yeah, exactly. As you were talking about the importance of, keep going, I was remembering when I was 18 years old, I was living in the southern part of Argentina. I was an extra hand working at a hotel resort down there, and my job was two things. One was because there was no electricity up in the mountains down there, and this is a long time ago. Yeah. We had to heat the water through these cauldrons. So I was the fire guy. I was from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Was my job to keep the fires lit so that people had hot water in the evening and hot water in the mornings, right? And then I would sleep most of the day. Yeah. But my second job was I would take folks on this hike because we were already pretty high up in the mountains, but we would do this hike to get to the clearing of in the middle of the mountains. So we'd go up another 2,000 meters or so. And, it was amazing when I would lead these groups up there, how many times people who are not used to the altitude, right? And it is a very difficult. The trails were easy, but you're going up 2,000 meters. It's very exhausting. Yeah. And I had a saying, and I would tell people all the time, you can always take one more step, right? You can always take one more step. Don't give up. Just take one more step. And as long as you just focus on that very next step, people made it. And people would always get to the top and go, wow, I can't believe we just did that. It's like, hey, one step at a time, you get to your goal. But if you look at the mountain in front of you and all you see is how high it is and how hard it's going to be to get there, you're never even going to take that first step. And so, in your career, in your life, whatever situation, just remember, just take one more step. Don't look at the mountain. Just focus on that step ahead.
Yes, that's right. I love that analogy, and I love that you are sharing it with us today, because we don't know, maybe somebody out there is struggling either in high school, in college, or in elementary, who knows, or just in a job that they're, each and every day they go and they're probably thinking, okay, I just can't do this anymore. But if you go and take one day at a time, just like you take one step at a time, the load gets less heavy. And you learn to focus on that one day and what can you do to be positive and shine some bright light around you, And that's why we decided to call it Shine, because if you can shine brighter than yesterday, you're already showing growth. You're showing that you can accomplish everything you set your mind to because you just did it yesterday, you know? And now today's a brand new day and just become better and brighter than the past.
Yeah. And, you know, one of the things, taking it back to Volteo and what we do, you know, one of the things that I'm so proud to be a part of this family and so proud to be a part of this company is that we do see each other as family, right? And we're trying to compete in a world that can be cutthroat sometimes, right? Where people are competing for the same work, etc. You know, we're a consulting firm at the end of the day, right? So, and there's a plethora of other consulting firms out there.
Yeah.
But we try to be different in the sense of, one, we believe in transparency, right? When I go and I meet with a new customer and or an existing customer and we're talking through the project issue, whatever that is, you know, we're always going to be transparent. That's our number one goal. We want to make sure, because our brand, we can't afford, the size of our company is not very large, right? We got about a little over 100 people worldwide right now. And, you know, a company our size can't afford a bad experience, can't afford to have a customer that's not happy or satisfied with the work that we're doing. So we're always bending over backwards, making sure that we don't forget what is the most important thing. And to us, the most important thing is making sure that our customers are successful, that our customers are getting the value that they look for when they came and started working with us. And at the same time, that, you know, we're able to help them focus on the things that really matter to them so that they don't have to be distracted with the mundane, the day-to-day, and just really focus on those things that matter to them, which in turn will mean more job satisfaction to the individual and to each person within that company, right? Because when those individuals can focus on those things that really matter, that give them that job fulfillment, their happiness increases and their ability to shine within the world increases.
Yes, and you know, I was reading that you guys are on the top 30, you know, leading companies in this field. So congratulations. You obviously are doing something amazing and it's working. One of the questions I had is, I know that you also you're the head for the North American section or territory, and tell us a little bit about where else are you guys expanding, or where are also some of your locations around the world?
Yeah, absolutely. Volteo is a company that got founded here in the U.S. out of Arizona. Our two founders were, you know, 20-plus year folks at Intel. And, you know, ServiceNow, when it came out, I mentioned that company earlier, in their early days really pushed to get into Intel, and so they did. And the person who took over that responsibility for Intel is our founder and CEO, Ravi Nanapanini. And so Ravi, you know, has really decided to, hey, you know, we want to be it started out as just a ServiceNow partner and then started growing into other areas of focus. And so in order to do that and to be able to expand, he had the brilliant idea of establishing a global development center down in Guadalajara, Mexico, and started building a team there. So we have a very strong team in Guadalajara that does a lot of our shared services and you know, development. That allows us to be very cost effective with nearshore resources for our customers, so that they're not competing with you know, the pricing model that we have within the U.S. for you know, U.S.-based type resources. We do have U.S. Resources as well. You know, think of your architects, your project managers, etc., tend to be here, and then we have a lot of the folks that do the work in Guadalajara. We also have an office in Mexico City that focuses on all of Latin America to provide our services throughout Latin America. Beyond that, we have offices in Madrid, Spain, which focuses in the European market to support all the folks over there. And then we also have another global development center in India that is focused on Asia Pacific, but also on supporting Europe from that nearshore global development center. So that's a little bit of our current footprint and how we're spread out. But the idea that Ravi had was really, hey, let me provide a mechanism in a way that we can offer great services for our customers at a great price point, because we're nearshoring, we're offshoring some of those resources, but at the same time providing local contact and that local experience for them.
That is so cool.
What this tells me is, I got a message from this, is that like when you have a good message and like a good purpose in a company, and like you're honest, like big things can happen. You can really expand, because I feel like in today's world, like people can recognize baloney, for lack of a better term. So I feel like if you want to grow and flourish and expand, you have to be honest. You have to have these traits, of like good quality, and
it's integrity. Having integrity and doing the right thing when nobody's watching. I tell the kids that, and that's true honesty and transparency, and that's so important in a company. And you guys are obviously trusted around the globe. So we have to go on a short break, Andrew, but when we come back, let us know how we get in contact with you guys, and if there's a company out there that wants to have your services, then how can they reach you? And we'll be right back after this short break.
Perfect.
Hi friends, welcome back to Shine with Mariela Cortez and Mark Sedgwick. We are having this very interesting conversation, powerful discussion about linking it back to our quote, how it's so important for us, in order for us to become winners, we must dream big. And Andrew is a man, our guest today, is a person who has dreamed big and who's constantly learning, who's constantly trying to find out how can he make his job better and how can he make the place that he works a better place. So I want to join back with Andrew Cook. He is the Senior Director of North America of Volteo. So welcome back, Andrew. Can you hear us?
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we just want to make sure that you can hear us every time, because
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I will say one thing, because you're going to confuse some of the people that have only known me as Andres.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm used to calling him Andrew. Sorry, but
Yeah. And for your listeners, they may not know this, but Mary Ellen is the person responsible for introducing me to my wife.
Yes.
Of 27 years now. So
yes.
Thank you, Mary Ellen.
Oh, you're welcome. One of my
Mom.
very best friends, Luz Marina Cook. So a big saludos to Luz Marina as well. So here we are. We're actually now becoming like this family, I guess. That we've always been a family.
Yeah.
My kids can refer to you as Tio Andres sometimes, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But it's so fascinating to me, like when you watch friends grow and follow their dreams and become what they've always wanted to become or grow.
Become winners in their own eyes.
To become winners,
right?
Yeah. For me, it's beautiful. Because I always want to see my friends excel and do bright things and big things. So when I see a friend shine bright and loving what they do, that's priceless. So so thank you again for being part of our show. We wouldn't be here now without you guys. So thank you, Volteo. Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
One of the other things I wanted to say was that what really distinguishes you guys from the rest? Because you are on the top 30 best companies for this kind of service. So what do you think would be like to pinpoint specifics of what makes you different than everybody else, and what makes you to be on those top companies?
Yeah, so I think it starts with our people. I mentioned AIM Investments earlier. When I started working for AIM Investments there in Houston, they had a book that told the story of how it got started. And the book had a title called People Are the Product. And at first I was like, interesting title. So I read through the book because the book was just kind of an anecdotal story of, how they came to be and the success and so forth. But the underlying message that tied back to that title was, look, you can have, in their case, it was, the best mutual fund service, or, in our cases, we can put together the most incredible technical solutions out there. But if the people that you're working with, aren't resonating, aren't connecting, aren't trusted by your customers, then you're never going to sell that product, right? So for me, it's always about the people. I believe that our people are the real product, because you can find a lot of these solutions in a lot of different places. But, what you won't find readily is people who are completely devoted to, really making something happen. People who are so passionate about it that they help to drive and get you excited as a customer about the art of the possible and what you could be doing, right? That's really where it starts. And then the second thing I would say, and it goes hand in hand, is, we honestly, truly focus and care about our customers and want our customers to be able to focus on those things that matter most to them, right? When we talk about value, it's not just about, how cost effective a solution is. It's about, well, what's this doing for you as a business and as an individual, right? So when I'm meeting with a CIO or a CEO or what have you, and I'm having these conversations, I pointedly ask them, hey, what's important to you as a person? Why is this important, right? Because I want them to partner with me. I don't want to just have customers who want, to dictate to me what they want done, and I provide it, and then I'm gone, right? We establish partnerships with our customers. We look for long-term relationships, and we become that trusted advisor, right? I constantly get emails. Today I was fielding multiple calls for people that I'm not even selling to, that they're just they're potential customers that are thinking through things, and they're asking my opinion about how they should put together a project or how they should prioritize some things. And I'm happy to have those conversations. And and if at some point they feel it makes sense to bring us on board and to start working with them to help them realize their goals, visions, dreams, then all the better, right? Obviously, we're all in here to run a business and to be successful, but success is not measured just in dollars and revenue, right? To me, success also has to include, that impact that we had with that customer.
That's awesome. I was just, as you were saying this, I was like, wow. If all the companies could just have that mindset, right? Like it would be a different world, I think. So congratulations again for doing what you guys are doing, for impacting the world and making this planet a better place, and making it easier for people to navigate and get to what needs to be done through technology and the Internet of Things, so they can spend more time with the people they love and doing the things that really matter around them. So again, thank you so much, Andres, for joining us. And we look forward to many conversations and discussions with Volteo's not maybe customers and employees as well in the future, since we're going to be doing this collaboration.
Before we
we look forward to it, and we wish you much success with the show. But more importantly, that message gets out, right? That people can find in your show a bit of a refuge and a safe space from which to think through whatever situation they're in, find that motivation to continue to take that one extra step.
Yes.
Yeah, a refuge, but at the same time, a healthy push as well, not just safety. I believe in safety, but I also believe in, a little in exposing yourself to a little bit of challenge and chaos. here and there to
Yes.
you know, expand yourself and grow.
And that's why I
So,
have my son in the show.
Absolutely.
He's gonna be the one kind of pushing.
Yeah.
He pushes me all the time, so you're gonna be the one pushing a lot of people and inspiring a lot of people as well, Mark.
Yeah.
So I'm honored to also have my son here on the show, and
Yeah.
what a beautiful way to interact and continue to shine together, not just as me as a mom, but us as a family. We'll also be inviting Alexis. She's gonna be graduating in physical therapy, so she'll be also coming and sharing some of her knowledge and her expertise as well. And this show almost seems that it's also, I've been lucky to be surrounded by so many amazing friends, people that have also inspired me along the way. So Andrew, you guys have been one of those friends that you and Marina that have been just an inspiration in my life. So may we all be blessed, continue to shine in this world, and again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Before we go, can you let our audience how they can reach Volteo?
Sure. Sure. Yeah. So you can find us at online on the web at volteo.com, www.volteo.com, and our phone number is area code 480-477-9165. That's 480-477-9165.
Excellent, and I'll log it in on the system as well, so it stays there. And if anybody ever wants to
And
go
you
back
can
to the
also,
videos,
if your listeners
they
want
can.
to just shoot me an email directly, it's very easy. It's Andres, Andres, at volteo.com.
Awesome.
I want to say before we go that
We're not letting you go yet.
Yeah.
Marcus.
before I you know, I just believe that I believe that the good side. Yeah, I always go back to Star Wars for some reason, but I always believe like the light side will win. You know, I don't believe the dark side will win. So you know, hearing this, that your company does all this stuff, you know, have like a really good purpose and message, and you know, I know you guys will win. You know, and I appreciate that you guys again sponsored us and stuff to you know, continue like the positive momentum that we're going on. So thank you.
And if I have a second to add one more thing.
Yes, please.
Yes, of course.
It came to me as we were talking. You know, a lot of times when we're talking about, motivation, or, you know, I come on here and we talk about the success and et cetera. It's easy for people to skip through the years and the pain and the toil that it took, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Marilena, you know very well, my story and when I hit rock bottom and how bad it was, and you know how slowly those things started changing and moving to allow me to get to where I am today. So again, for your listeners, don't discourage. Whatever situation you're living through, keep going. One step at a time. Things will get better.
Yes, sir.
Thank you again, and you guys keep shining bright, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you again for sponsoring our
Thank you.
show, and we'll talk very soon.
Thank you for
All right.
shining. Let's go.
Bye-bye.
Hasta
Bye-bye.
luego. Bye-bye. Okay, Mark, that was great.
That was
right?
awesome.
It was
Yes.
so cool. And what I really love is how Volteo is so passionate about doing what they're doing to the best of their ability. Like they're just, like you said, they're not just, doing something to just
money.
make the money.
Yeah.
You know, they're actually trying to make a difference and do what they're doing to the best of their ability. So
Yeah.
we're almost gonna be done with the show, Mark. Is there anything else you want to add?
Well, you know, like
Let's connect it back to the quote of
yeah,
today.
of course. So you know, in a winner, you know, for the quote of the day, a winner is a dreamer that refused to give up. Right? You know, these are simple quotes, probably cheesy quotes to some, but you know, though you have to view them as like, forget the cheesiness, like really break it down and like really try to figure these powerful messages that you hear out. You know, don't just disregard them because they sound a little cheesy or a little funny. You know,
Well,
a little
I don't
silly.
think they do.
No, I know,
but you're right. Some people might think,
Yeah.
oh, well, that's...
yeah, really take them seriously. So I think that's super important because I feel like I've heard all these. You know, I used to be that way out, and some of them are darn cheesy for sure. You know, like you know, what I'm not even gonna say any. But so yeah, a winner. Remember, a winner is how you're a winner in your own eyes. You know, don't worry about what other people think of you. You know, be a winner in your own eyes. You know, maybe even your mom can think you're a loser, but if you're truly, I'm not saying, but if you truly feel that you're being a winner, then that should satisfy you, you know. And you know, as the quote says, a winner is a dreamer. Like I said, you can be held back from your dreams pretty much because maybe your parents think that what you're doing is not going to qualify you as a winner. You know, dream in your own dreams. Dream your own dreams. Dream big for yourself, not for others. Yeah. You know, and maybe you can dream for others. You know, dream good things for others and hope, you know, that they can do good things. But for yourself, you know, you gotta remember what's going to make
with yourself.
Yeah, start with yourself and realize what's going to make you happy. You know.
That's right.
And then from there, remember to never give up and build that mental toughness. You know, today like I was saying, I went on that run. You know, I didn't. These quotes attached to a lot of things in life. You know, Andres' message. You know, it doesn't tie to everybody because not everybody's an IT guy or a senior director of a company. You know, that's. But you can still get some knowledge and get some powerful stuff just by listening to these, you know, winners, you know, these people who are successful in their own eyes. You know?
And I really think that any guest in a talk show or in a radio show, we can learn a lot from whatever even the topic. It's not about the topic. Today was actually about, I wanted our listeners to get to know our sponsor, why they're sponsoring us, and why we're doing the show. So today was very important to hear this message. Because I want everybody to know that we're serious. Mark and I are very serious about our purpose for Shine, and that we're not just saying, okay, grow and shine and be the best you can be just because we're trying to be cute or we're trying to, you know, impress anybody. We're not. We're here in this journey learning as well and growing with you guys. So let's grow together. Let's shine together. And that's what we're doing. We're just doing the show to inspire others and be the best they can be. So unfortunately, it's time to go. We need to say goodbye, but we look forward to seeing you every Thursday at 5:30. Please share with friends. Share. This is for the entire family. We look forward to discussing with you other amazing topics and having you listen to some of our special guests. It will inspire you as it has been inspiring us already in the beginning of this year. So we'll see you guys soon. Keep shining. Don't ever give up and dream big. And you are your own, you can be your own, declare your own winner.
Yeah, you can be your own hero, right?
And be your own hero, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Take care.
Adios,
we'll
everybody.
See you soon.
El programa anterior fue un programa pagado y las opiniones emitidas en el mismo no representan la opinión de CBBA Radio ni de sus patrocinadores.